Hello Orchid friends, welcome back to my channel. Wherever you are, I hope you're having a great day, staying healthy and staying safe. Today we're looking at my mini Phalaenopsis orchid, Mini Mark. This is one of the two larger mini marks in my collection. I have a total of 5, but when they came to me, two of them were slightly larger, and this is one of the larger. Around this orchid gave me, I think, a total of 7 flowers, no blood blast, and this is the most bloom count I have ever gotten from this orchid, from my mini marks in fact. And it's been pretty rewarding because ever since I got them, they went from giving me 1 flower, 2 flowers, 3, 4, and so on, and now it's 7. So it's really amazing and rewarding in the sense that they're becoming more and more mature and more stable. I have the other larger mini mark that I would give you an update on, but I just don't know if I'm going to publish it next week, or I would probably space it out a little bit and show you another orchid and then show you the second larger mini mark. I haven't decided yet, but stay tuned. And so for this particular orchid, it's currently in a 16-ounce container. Because when I needed to repot this orchid, it had bigger root system, and I just felt that if I were to put this in an 8-ounce cup or even 12-ounce cup, this orchid would just outgrow the container relatively quickly. And I'm really glad that I chose a 16-ounce cup because it's been great, and this orchid has grown quite a bit of roots, which you'll see in later in this video. So I think I made the right decision. This orchid is fragrant, in case you are not familiar with Mini Mark, but it's also a miniature, so you don't have to worry about it taking too much space. It's relatively compact, even though as they mature, they do grow slightly larger leaves, but they will remain really small. And you know, many times, even though I have had mini marks for years, right? Every time when they are about to bloom, I still I still just don't remember. I still can't remember that they're miniature, and so the size of their buds always will look smaller than the regular size one, because every time they bloom, when they put out their first bloom, I always get surprised because I would still think to myself that the buds are still so small. How can they, be blooming already? And then I realize, yeah, of course, they're small to begin with. So, because I look at their buds, and then I look at the buds of other regular size orchid, even other miniature orchids. But not Mini Mark, that their buds are still significantly larger than Mini Mark's buds. So I always get surprised when my Mini Marks start blooming, because it's just like, oh my gosh, I thought maybe it would take another 2-3 weeks, but here they are. It's also fragrant, by the way. The fragrance is almost like plum juice or plum wine. You have that sweet but then sour smell at the same time. It's pleasant. It's not disgusting like the smell of some bulbophyllums. But fragrance it's not what it's known for. Mini Mark is known for 2 primary things. Number 1 is its orange lip, and it looks almost like like a shovel. A lip, that heart-shaped shovel, and then the dots in the flowers, that pink, red, or orange color, polka dots, small dots, freckles, however you want to call it. So that's what Mini Mark is known for. For some reason, Mini Mark is not always that common in the United States, but it is possible to come across Mini Mark. I know Orchids.com, Norman's Orchid has carried it in the past. I just don't know if they still have it. but I also know that I've seen mini marks being sold on eBay, but be careful because sometimes the prices on eBay are a little on the pricey side, and just make sure that you don't go overboard with with an orchid like this. Another way through which I purchase my mini marks is through orchid nurseries overseas who come to the United States for orchid shows. I actually get all my mini marks from this really reputable orchid nursery called Joseph Wu Orchids. They're from Taiwan, but they go all over the world for orchid shows, and typically before they would go to a specific country, they usually have a pre-order list. You can place an order on the orchids they have available, and then once those orchids are physically inside of your country, they would arrange shipment to ship to you if you're not going to be physically at the orchid show. So that's another way. And sometimes other nurseries who go to orchid shows in your region, even though you're not going, you might be able to still place orders. At least that's how Joseph Wu's Orchid would do. And by the way, they have a Facebook page, and usually they would have content in English and Mandarin, primarily Mandarin, Chinese, but they would also have content in English. So if you're interested, definitely look them up and follow them on their Facebook, because if they are going to be in your region, you may be able to get something that's not readily available in your region. Anyway, back to this orchid. The setup for this orchid is traditional setup with drainage holes at the bottom, and I also drill a couple ventilation holes on the side. Sometimes I do let the ventilation hole to help with ventilation but a lot of the times I actually just go ahead and put the inner cup into the plastic blue cup. So when it's double cupped, the ventilation holes don't do as much, but it gives me an option should I ever feel that this orchid needs a little bit more help with moisture dissipation. Overall, I'm really happy with this orchid's performance this year, and I just love how it's still growing roots as it was blooming. I have high hope for this orchid next year, so stay tuned. Hopefully next year we'll get even more blooms. This is all I have for you today. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you would like to get more orchid related videos from my channel, please subscribe and turn on the notification. I want to wish you happy growing, and I will talk to you in my next video. Ciao!